If you are ready, we are going to be on page 50, begin Torah service on page 50. אין כמוך באלוהים אדוני, ואין כמעשיך, מלכותך מלכות כל עולמים, וממשלתך בכל דור ודור. אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. ברחמים השיבה מרצונך את ציון. תבנה חומות ירושלים, תבנה חומות ירושלים. כי בך לבד בטחנו, מלך אל רם ונישא, אדון עולמים. ויהי בנשוא אהרון ויאמר משה, קומה אדוני, ויפוצו אויביך, וינוסו משנאיך מפניך. כי מציון תצא תורה, כי מציון תצא תורה, ודבר אדוני מירושלים. ברוך שנתן תורה תורה, ברוך שנתן תורה תורה, לעמו ישראל בקדושתו. שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. אחד אלוהינו, גדול אדוננו, קדוש שמו. גדלו לאדוני איתי, ונרוממה שמו יחדיו. בשמיים ובארץ, ככל בשמיים ובארץ, לך אדוני הממלכה והמתנשא לכל ראש. אלך חמדה ליבי, חוסנה ואל נא תתעלם. אלך חמדה חמדה ליבי, חוסנה ואל נא תתעלם. אלך חמדה חמדה ליבי, חוסנה ואל נא תתעלם. אלך חמדה ליבי, חוסנה ואל נא תתעלם. אלך חמדה חמדה ליבי, חוסנה ואל נא תתעלם. אלך חמדה חמדה ליבי, חוסנה ואל נא תתעלם. There we go. Whoops. There we go. Perfect. We're at it. David was the first reader, and then Judy the second reader. So for the honor of the first Aliyah, I would like to call up anybody who has a birthday this month. I know Bobby, if you're watching, has a birthday, so happy birthday. Anybody else? Herr Petrovsky? No. Who else has a birthday? Yes. Come on up. Those for the birthday for first Aliyah. Enid Sperber is going to be reading, is going to be chanting from the Torah. Come on up, guys.
Page 195.
Page 195, we are in the book of Genesis, the book of Bereshit. The portion is Vayetze. It is, right? It's Vayetze. Yes, good. Okay, I'm just looking. You never know. All right. Page 195. 195. There we go.
Here's a for you. It's right here.
Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato, Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayetze Yaakov mi Beersheva, vayelech Harana. Vayika b'makom, vayalen sham kiva hashemesh, vayikach me'avnei hamakom, vayasem mera'ash otav, vayashken, vayishkav b'makom hahu. Vayahalom vehine sulam mutzav arza verosho magia hashamayma vehine malachei Elohim olim veordim bo.
Wow.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, b'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. And while we're there, don't go yet. Let's do a Misha Berach for those who are in need of healing. I'll look around the room. If you have a name you wish to call out, please do so. Berach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel Velea V'yevarech v'yerapeh et hacholim. One more time, please. Sheberach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak veYaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel veLea U'yevarech veYerapeh et hacholim. Refana אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, שרה, רבקה, רחל ולאה, הוא יברך וירפא את החולים, הוא יברך וירפא את החולים. Now, I want to call up for this second Aliyah Yishar Koach, everybody. Tamod, Tamod, Tamod. Tamod habat mitzvah. Yehudit, bat. Hendel veYaakov. La Torah.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Barach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol I just lost my place. Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan lanu et Torato Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
V'hine Adonai Nitzav alav vayomar ani Adonai Elohei Avraham Avicha Elohei Yaakov haaretz asher ata shochev alecha lecha etnena ulzarecha V'haya zaracha ka'afar haaretz ufaratzta yama v'kedma v'tzafona v'negba v'nivrachu v'ach kol mishpachot ha'adama uvzarecha v'hine anochi imach Ushmarticha bechol asher telech v'hashivaticha el ha'adama hazot et ki lo ezovcha ad asher im asiti et asher dibarti lach Vayikatz Yaakov Mishnato Vayomer Achen Yesh Adonai B'makom Hazeh V'anochi Lo Yadati Vayira Veyomar Manora Hamakom Hazeh Ein Zeh Ki Im Beit Elohim V'zeh Sha'ar HaShamayim.
Shakoach. Zal tov.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher natan lanu Torat emet v'hayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai
Shmo.
noten haTorah.
Amen. Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov. Yehelanu, 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 ulechol Yisrael. Yehelanu, yehelanu, ulechol Yisrael. Yehelanu, yehelanu, ulechol Yisrael. Yehelanu, yehelanu, ulechol Yisrael. Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, yehelanu.
Do you want me to now?
Yeah.
Thank you. When I started thinking about this day, I thought it's a little bit hubristic when you're 82 to be confident that you're going to be around for 70 plus 13. And this is indeed the 70th anniversary of my Bat Mitzvah. One of the things I need is authentication. It's important for me in my life to be authentic. And I kept thinking, you know, did I really become Bat Mitzvah? Did I make this all up? I knew I had somewhere, actually my authentic Bat Mitzvah memorabilia are in the Philadelphia Jewish Museum of American History. So if you want to see the authentic, it's on file there. It's very exciting. And I do have a picture. I do have a picture. And for those of you who care about things like that, I'm actually wearing pink and gray. But then I felt I needed more evidence. And I wanted to know, and I wanted to honor the people who brought me to this day, to this moment. And I'm so happy to see so many people from so many parts of my life, my friends, my family, my colleagues, my students. You're all here, and it's just very cool for me. And I got to thinking about the origin of Bat Mitzvah, and my good friend and colleague, the great Rabbi Eli Shochet, is a resource on many things, including how Bat Mitzvah came to happen. And he said to me, and I'm not going to quote him exactly because I don't remember, but he's so witty, I'll try not to ruin it. He said, since 1922, when Judith Kaplan Eisenstein became a Bat Mitzvah, the conservative movement had assiduously discussed the issue of women and ceremony. However, he said, they moved glacially. So when in 1945, at the Emanuel Synagogue in Hartford, Connecticut, the home of the distinguished Rabbi Morris Silverman and his equally distinguished wife, Althea O. Silverman, introduced a notion of girls, We were not women. We were girls in those years. Girls being called, having some ceremony. And just like the boys had the Bar Mitzvah club, the girls became part of the Bas Mitzvah club. We studied our text. Our text was The Jewish Home Beautiful, which Mrs. Silverman had written. And we all learned to set tables for holidays. For my friends who are here who are educators, experiential learning is not exactly new. It's been around for a long enough time that I had to produce a project, a creative project, and I actually wrote my own Haggadah, and if you'd like to see it, you have to go to Philadelphia. So interesting things happen when you tell people you're going to do this second Bat Mitzvah experience. I learned from my good friend, Rabbi Beth Lieberman, who is here, that there was the earliest known and the earliest possible second Bat Mitzvah belongs to the same person who had the first one, and that would be Judith Kaplan Eisenstein. And I love what she said about Bat Mitzvah. She said, Bat Mitzvah began not just as a statement of feminism, but as a statement of dedication to something larger than oneself. This has certainly become an inspiration for me in my life. And of course, my bat mitzvah was on a Saturday morning. The Emmanuel was a huge, large sanctuary, and the entire religious school from 7th grade to 10th grade was sitting right in front of me. So someone asked me if I was nervous today. I was nervous. I don't think I was nervous then, but I know I didn't want to look at my friends because they would make me laugh. That's what we're like at 13. Anything makes us laugh. So I thought, what do I have that confirms that this all happened? And I decided that I would look at the origins of the Reconstructionist movement, which was Rabbi Mordechai Kaplan's creation, talking about Judaism as a civilization. And I remembered that I've had a book on my shelf for quite a while called Creative Judaism. And that was Rabbi Kaplan's son-in-law wrote this book that simplifies his philosophy. So I picked it up off the shelf and I opened it up. And I had no idea where I got this book, but you'll find out the same way I did. To Judith Paul, on the occasion of her Bas Mitzvah, may I wish you a hearty mazel tov. May the inspiration of this day remain with you forever. Your friend and teacher, Rabbi Alex Kamenetsky, who was a wonderful educator in his right. And so just a little bit about that day. I studied with the shamas of the synagogue. We don't have shamases, but we need shamases, because the shamas is not only the person who does all the work, but the shamas owns the text. And certainly the shamases at Emmanuel did. And I met with him privately. I had learned to read Hebrew in girls' Hebrew, which was 1 hour a week in the 6th and 7th grade, so that was all the Hebrew I'd had up to that point. And he chose a passage from Haftorah because girls, women. So I read this beautiful portion from Isaiah, and it has always meant a great deal to me. But I knew that day that something was missing. 2 years later, after my Bat Mitzvah, I was in confirmation class, and you have to know I lived next door to this synagogue, so I spent a lot of time there. I was in the confirmation class. We were having a Purim carnival. We had decided to do something, don't ever do what we did, which was make paper mache puppets. So every day you come in and you wet the paper and you wrap it, and then and on that Friday before the Sunday, we hadn't finished painting the faces. So I asked permission from my good friend Clyde, who was the manager of the building. I said, Clyde, can I stay? He said, I have to go home. There's not going to be anyone in the building. I said, it's okay, I'm fine. I have to come home so I can be back for shul. So I'm on the 3rd floor of this synagogue, and I'm alone. And I walk across the hall to the choir loft. And there are steps that go right down to the bima. And I walk down, and I walk up to the velvet curtains, and I open them just a little bit, and I think, I may die. I may die. That's how I was raised. I may die. So I reached out my hand, and I touched the Torah. And that's when I became a Jewish feminist. And that has stayed with me all of my life until I come to this very unusual day. And the question that I keep asking myself, and Mark asks me this about once every 15 minutes, why are you doing this? Why are you obsessed with this? Why are you doing this? Well, I think because I became a Bat Mitzvah, and I remember in my speech I said, because it was just before Hanukkah, that I would rededicate myself to my Jewish learning, that I made a lifelong commitment. And even though I've retired more than once, I'm still at it. I just told Karen Fox, the Rabbi Karen Fox, that when I retired, I thought, that's the end of Jewish education. I've had it with Jewish education. I've been doing this all of my life. I started teaching when I was 16 years old. Enough already. It's done. It's enough. I couldn't resist. I read all of the literature of Jewish education. I'm still in love with it. And I think that love and that life and that career began when I recognized that women had potential in the Jewish world. It's still a struggle, and I'm still proud to be part of the struggle. And I want to end with the most wonderful blessing that I ever got in my life. My grandparents lived in New York City. We lived in Hartford, Connecticut. They took the train on Friday, and on Saturday morning, my grandmother and my grandfather, Izzy, my grandmother Gussie, my grandfather Izzy, came to my Bat Mitzvah. Everyone knows that everyone was Orthodox. I mean, there's not even anything to talk about. If you didn't have Reform grandparents, maybe you had, but I had traditional Orthodox grandparents. And wonderful people. And when we got back to our house next door, my grandfather said to me, Judy, I've never seen anything like this in my life, and I like it. Thank you. Lots of thanks to Makom for being here.
Lots of thanks to you. The things we take for granted today, it's extraordinary, right? I mean, really, the things we take for granted. It's unbelievable, and the struggle is not over. So the struggle is not over. We have to keep at it. I thought the world would have been perfect by now, but... So just because I don't want to take too much time, just a few words about the portion today. You know, I have a question. It says, "Vayetze Yaakov mi Beersheva vayelech Harana." Yaakov exited Beersheva and he went to Haran. Where's Haran? Does anybody know where Haran is? Take, where? No, Haran is actually northeast Syria. It's ISIS land today, unfortunately. That's where Haran is. So he goes there. So it's clearly not in Eretz Yisrael, right? So when somebody goes to a place that it's not in Eretz Yisrael, what's the word that usually is used to say what they did? Vayered, not Vayelech, Vayered. Vayered Avraham Mitzrayma. When they go to Egypt, it's Vayered, and they went down. You descend into the rest of the world. I am a Yored. I was born and raised in Israel, and since I live in America, I'm a Yored, somebody who descended, who went down. You know, when you go to Eretz Yisrael, you are an Oleh. You are a riser. You are somebody who ascends. You are an ascender. So why does it say about Yaakov, Vayelech Harana, and not Vayered Harana? Curious. Any possibilities? Yeah.
Was not Haran where Avram?
Yes, it's the family is from Haran, but nonetheless the family is living in Galut. The family is living outside of the confines of the land of Israel. So why does it say Vayelech instead of Vayered?
Because he was following in his grandfather's footsteps.
Yeah, but if you're following in your grandfather's footsteps, one would hope you're not walking backwards. Right? So following in my grandfather's footsteps doesn't mean I need to go back to Kovna, back to the Lubavitch Yeshiva, right, where my grandfather came from. But I need to go forward, following in my grandfather's footsteps. This is a walk backwards, and yet it's not worded as backward. Yes?
Well, he was following his mother's guidance,
Uh-huh.
and she had spoken to God.
Yes. Yes.
There's maybe a clue right there.
Yes. Yes. So in other words, if you're b'shlichut, if you're going on a mission that's God ordained, then you're not a yored. Then it's a vayelech. And that's beautiful because until today, really, when you think about it, when the Lubavitcher Rebbe would send people out to Machu Picchu, they're not yordim, they're shlichim, right? They're emissaries. They're going there. They're not descending there. They're going there in order to bring back nitzotzot, in order to bring back souls. It's just a little thing that we don't think about when we look at the beginning of the parsha. Why the word "and he went to Haran" instead of "and he descended to Haran"? And I want to point out something that Kedushat Levi says, that Levi Yitzchak Berdichev, since those of us who are attending, we're doing a class on Chassidut, and we had just talked about the Baal Shem Tov and about the Magid of Mezrich, but next one is about the students, about Levi Yitzchak Berdichev and Zusi of Anipol and others. And Kedushat Levi says some beautiful, gorgeous stuff. Kedushat Levi says about Yaakov in the sentence which comes right in the beginning, that Jacob goes, Vayifga b'makom, and he kind of hits upon this place, which is usually how one comes to enlightenment. They bang their heads against the wall, not realizing that what had just happened to them. Yeah, and then it says, Vayikach me'avnei hamakom v'yasem merashotav, and he took from the stones of the place, but makom is not only, avnei hamakom is not just the stones of the place, there are the stones of hamakom, right, God. So he takes from the stones of God, places them under his head, and he falls asleep, and immediately he sees this ladder. So Levi Yitzchak Berdichev says, what are these avanim? If you remember, there's a beautiful Talmudic story, Arba'a nichnasu lapardes, four who entered the pardes, four who entered the field of mysticism. Only Rabbi Akiva comes out alive and well. Okay, he comes out healthy, better than he was when he entered. The others either die, become sick, or lose their mind, or become apostates, leave Judaism altogether. And one of the admonitions that Rabbi Akiva says that when you arrive up there and you see the Avnei Shaish, you see the stones of marble up there, don't say Maim, Maim. Okay, it's one of the instructions. He says, don't say water, water. Avanim in Kabbalah and Judaism are considered to be the building blocks of this world, this universe, and they are letters. It's how God created the world. It says chakak. God literally engraves in these stones, these letters, 32 paths of wisdom. 32 paths of wisdom. To be able to see that what you're looking at are letters and not stones is something. And how do we know still that it's stones? Because it says, Vayishkav, and he lay down. And Levi Yitzchak says, Al tikra Vayishkav, kra Veyesh Chaf Bet. Read, and there are 22. Vayishkav, Veyesh Chaf Bet. And there are 22 letters of the alphabet. What Jacob sees at that moment is that these are not just stones. These are A, stones of God, and B, they're the letters which are the building block of the universe. Well, if that's what you use for a pillow, prepare to have some extraordinary dreams. If you have the capacity to see that where you are, you know, this Makom Hazeh, this place actually is the gate to heaven. This place where I am right now is where God is, and I didn't even know that. Wow, what stuff can happen. Then angels start emanating from you. You can actually start fixing the world. You can actually start doing it. And it's always, both in this case and in the case of Moshe, it's Hamakom asher ata alav omed admat kodeshu. The place, the very place upon which you're standing is holy ground. But Isaiah says, Kadosh Kadosh Adonai Tzvaot, melo kol haaretz kevodo. Holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The entire earth is filled with God's glory. It couldn't be just this place. Right. The problem is we don't realize. We're constantly walking on Hamakom. We're constantly walking on God's holiness all the time. But we don't realize it. It's when we suddenly are capable of looking at nature as the place of God, right here where I am, and these stones are the building blocks of the universe. Magic. Absolute magic. Yes, Mitch?
That's so beautiful how the dreams can happen.
Yeah.
Ruth St. Dennis and Ted John, early in the 20th century, set up the first modern dance festival in the Berkshire Mountains called Jacob's Pillow.
Yes.
Scholarship student back in the 70s, and everybody believed that this was a very magical place.
Yes.
Things can happen, especially in dance.
Absolutely. And the Torah or Judaism is telling you, you're the one who makes it that way. Because it in and of itself already is holy. The problem is most of us stumble around blindly around this world and just wreck everything in our way. Or if we don't wreck, we're just oblivious to how important it is or how just glorious it is. Yes, final word. Yeah. Yes. And Jacob's pillow is a giant rock. How do you like that? So there you are, circles. We're so honored that Judy chose to do this with us, and to have the family here, and to have friends, and to have clergy here with us. This is absolutely sweet and wonderful, and God bless you, and thank you. How lucky are we? This is the first Bat Mitzvah actually at Makom LA. This is it. You're the first. See, you're the first. Right? Noah comes a couple of weeks from now in January, so Noah Strauss is going to become Bar Mitzvah, and he will be our first Bar Mitzvah. But you're the first. So the Bat Mitzvah came before the Bar Mitzvah. Yeah. Okay. Somebody help me. Mark, come on.
Everybody rise, please.
It's going to be heavy on the left. Okay, yeah.
וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה. מפי אל יבוא אדיר כאדוני, ואין ברוך כבן עמרם, אין גדולה כתורה, ואין דרשניה כישראל.